Hello there and welcome. Let's talk about something truly wonderful. Food, but not just any food. I'm talking about the kind that's delicious, simple to make, and can be the real secret to living a more vibrant, energetic life after 60. We're going to forget about complicated rules because this is all about enjoying what you eat and feeling fantastic. So let's get right into it. At its heart, healthy eating is really just about giving your body the fuel it needs to do all the things you love. It's the energy you need for playing with your grandkids, for a nice long walk with friends, or maybe for spending time in the garden. It's about feeling strong and ready for whatever your day brings. So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll look at why good food is just so powerful. Then, we're going to build the perfect plate together. We'll dive into the most important nutrients for this stage of life, see how food can help keep our minds sharp, and then we'll wrap it all up with some simple, delicious tips. Sound good? Let's get started. All right, so let's start with the big picture. Eating well is about so much more than just managing your weight. It's one of the best tools we have to prevent, or at least slow down, chronic illnesses like heart disease and diabetes. It helps us handle stress better, and of course, it gives us that wonderful, steady energy to really live our lives. Now that's the ideal, right? But let's be real. Life gets busy, and sometimes good nutrition can take a back seat. So just how big of a problem are we talking about here? I think understanding the challenge is really the first step to making a change. Well, the answer might surprise you. Some research shows that in certain care settings, as many as half of the residents might not be getting the nutrition they need. And that can lead to all sorts of problems, from infections to a higher risk of falls. But here's the most important part. This is something we can absolutely fix. Now, seeing a statistic like that isn't a reason to feel down. Not at all. It's a call to action. It means we have an opportunity to make things better. And we can change the story together, starting right now with just a few simple basics for building healthier meals. Okay, so let's get practical. Let's build our blueprint for health. And don't you worry, you can forget about complicated calorie counting. The easiest, most effective way to think about a healthy meal is to just picture your plate. We're going to break it down into a simple guide you can use for any meal of the day. So when you close your eyes, what does this healthy plate actually look like? Well, the good news is you don't need to be a gourmet chef. It's just a simple visual rule that makes balancing your meals almost automatic. Here it is, the first and most important rule. Picture your plate right now. Now, imagine drawing a line right down the middle. I want you to fill one entire half of that plate with colorful vegetables and fruits. I'm talking reds, greens, oranges, purples, a whole rainbow. These are packed with the vitamins, minerals, and fiber your body is craving. And hey, fresh, frozen, or canned, they all count. Perfect. Now let's look at the other half of the plate. Take one of those quarters and fill it up with a good, high-quality protein. Protein is absolutely crucial for keeping our muscles strong, which helps with everything from carrying groceries to preventing falls. It's a real powerhouse for our bodies. And now for the final piece of our puzzle, that last quarter of the plate. This is where we put our whole grains. Think of these as your long-lasting energy source. Unlike white breads or pastas that can cause a crash, things like oats, brown rice, and whole wheat bread give you that slow, steady fuel to keep you going all day long. Okay, so our plate is our foundation. That's our blueprint. Now, let's zoom in a little bit closer. Beyond those basic proportions, there are a few specific nutrients that really deserve some extra attention as we get older. We're going to call them the Big Four, and understanding them is a total game changer. Here they are, our Big Four. We've got protein for keeping those muscles strong. Then there's calcium and vitamin D, the dream team for our bones. We have fiber for keeping our digestion happy. And of course, good old-fashioned hydration, which honestly affects just about everything. Let's take a quick look at each one. First up, protein. As we age, we naturally start to lose a bit of muscle mass. It's just a normal part of life. But to fight back, experts say we need to get enough protein. And, just as important, we need to spread it out throughout the day. Aiming for about 25 to 30 grams with each meal is the best way for our bodies to use it to stay strong. So you hear 25 grams and might think, what on earth does that look like? Well, it's a lot easier to get than you might imagine. It could be a piece of salmon or chicken about the size of your palm. It could be a couple of eggs, a nice bowl of lentil soup, or even a serving of Greek yogurt with a handful of nuts. It's totally doable. Next up, our bone health duo. Think of it like this. Calcium is the bricks for our bones, but vitamin D is the mortar that holds it all together. You need both. Our bodies need about 1,200 milligrams of calcium a day.
But here's the thing, we can't absorb it without vitamin D. And since our skin gets less efficient at making vitamin D from the sun as we age, a supplement is often a really good idea.
Now this one is so important, but it's easy to forget. Hydration. As we get older, our body's natural thirst signal can get a little weaker. That means you could be dehydrated before you even feel thirsty. And being low on fluids can make you feel tired and dizzy, which we definitely don't want. So try to make it a habit to just sip on water all throughout the day. We've talked about our muscles and our bones, but what about the command center, our brain? Well, the connection between the food we eat and our brain health is an incredibly exciting field of research. And it turns out the right nutrients can play a huge role in keeping our minds feeling sharp and focused.
Yep, certain nutrients are like superheroes for your brain. B vitamins, for instance, help keep a certain compound in check that can be a risk factor for cognitive decline. And remember protein? Well, its building blocks are also vital for brain function. And all those antioxidants from the colorful fruits and veggies on your plate, they help protect your brain cells from damage. See? It all connects.
All right, theory is great, isn't it? We've covered the what and the why, but now for the really fun part, the how. How do we take all this great information and just easily bring it into our kitchens and onto our plates? This is all about simple, practical tips that make healthy eating a delicious reality.
It really all starts at the grocery store. And a little strategy here goes a long way. First, try to plan a few meals for the week before you go. That helps you make a list and stick to it. Second, here's a great trick. Shop the perimeter of the store first. That's usually where all the fresh stuff is. And third, just take an extra second to read the labels. Look for phrases like low sodium or 100% whole grain.
I know what some of you might be thinking. Less salt means less flavor, right? Absolutely not. Instead of reaching for the salt shaker, have some fun exploring the world of herbs and spices. Oh my goodness, garlic, onion powder, a little squeeze of lemon juice. They can add so much amazing flavor to your food. It's a great way to cut down on sodium without sacrificing taste. And let's not forget about an ingredient that doesn't come from the store. Company. Food is social. It's about connection. Sharing a meal with friends or family does more than just lift our spirits. Research actually shows that it can improve our appetite and help us eat better. So whenever you can, make mealtime a shared time. Wow, we have covered a lot, haven't we? So let's bring it all home now with a quick and simple recap. These are the key takeaways, the foundational habits that can help you build a healthier, more energetic future, starting with your very next meal. So here it is, your simple checklist. Number 1, stay hydrated. Just sip on fluids all day long. Number 2, pack in that protein at every single meal to keep your muscles strong. Number 3, eat a rainbow. Fill half your plate with all sorts of colorful fruits and vegetables. And last but not least, share your meals. Enjoy the incredible social power of food. Pretty simple, right? So remember, every single meal is an opportunity. Every healthy, delicious bite you take is an investment in yourself. It's an investment in having more energy and having a sharper mind, and really an investment in a more joyful life. Your body and your mind will absolutely thank you for it. Thanks so much for watching.